Welcome, everybody. We are going to do a little bit of mindful movement. We're going to do a little bit of breathing, and we are going to do some meditation to become focused, to become energized, and to just keep all of the scatteredness, the things that are all over the place, let go of the things that we don't need, and bring to attention the things that we do. So find yourself a really comfortable seat, whether that means putting something behind your low back or adjust how you're sitting. If you're, sometimes we unknowingly will lean to one side or the other. I'm going to invite you to just do some really, really mindful movements. So we can start with the head and neck. Just putting some movement there and just seeing how does it feel today. Are there any places that feel sticky or crunchy or sore or stiff? And they're all welcome. We don't have to push those parts away. We are just going to invite them in and say, hello, what would feel good? And you can go the other direction if you're going in one direction. And that's really hard to do, especially if you have feelings that are difficult or that aren't, something doesn't feel super good. Welcoming in that and saying, oh, this is the experience right now. And we can move to the shoulders. And again, welcoming whatever the experience is today. Sometimes our shoulders are really stiff and crunchy. Sometimes the back is sore. And if that's the case for you today, that's fine. You can welcome it and just say, oh, this is how it is right now. This is how I feel right now. This is how my body is reacting to whatever's going on in my life right now. And again, going the other direction. It doesn't have to be big. It doesn't have to be fast. Ask your body what pace, what would feel good, what would be nurturing, what would be helpful. And then we can move into the arms, into the hands, and you might stretch out, or you might stretch forward, or you might put the hands on the shoulders. Just decide what might feel good with the elbows, with the arms, and then into the wrists. So maybe some figure eights, or maybe some circles. Really, ask your body what would be great for today. And if your fingers are feeling stiff or less dexterous, that is okay. Again, invite it in, even if it's difficult to invite in, even if it, if you wish things were different or you wish your body felt different. It's hard to leave that mentality at the door and just say, I'm going to accept whatever shows up for me today. Then we can move into the hips, and you might just rock back and forth, or you might do hip circles, or you might do like some little cat cows, tucking the tailbone and looking up, whatever you think would bring you some groundedness, some rootedness. Getting in tune with where you are making contact with the earth, and just finding some comfort, some ease. And then if there's anything else that would feel good in your body, if there's something else that a movement, a twist, or you want to stretch the legs out, or whatever it is, you want to loosen the jaw because you've been unknowingly clenching. Ask your body what it wants and see if you can give it a little bit of TLC. And only when you're ready, there's no rush. We might find a little bit of stillness. We might find a little bit of centeredness. If you like, you can close the eyes if that feels good to you. If not, no worries, just lower the gaze or make your eyes go a little fuzzy, just something where you can focus more inward. And you'll just recognize how you feel in your body today. Where's the contact with the floor, with the chair, with whatever's beneath you? How's the temperature? Are there any sensations in your body, good or bad? Is there anywhere that you're holding that you could loosen? Anywhere that you're clenching or stiffening or tightening that you could allow? And if that's tough to do, I invite you to take a deep inhale and let it all out through the mouth. And then observe where the breath is in the body. And can you enhance it a little bit? Can you make it a little more pronounced? Can you feel the breath even more wherever you feel it, whether it's on the lip, or if it's going into the nasal passageways, or maybe you can feel it in the chest. Maybe you can invite the breath down into the belly. Make the belly rise on the inhale and sink on the exhale. Make the ribs expand on the inhale and sink on the exhale. And we don't have to be over exaggerating this breath, but just deepening it a little bit, slowing it down, making it full. And then let's come back to the jaw, because this is a place where a lot of people hold tension. We're going to focus on the jaw. How does the jaw feel? How do the teeth feel? Where is the tongue in your mouth? If the tongue's stuck to the roof of the mouth, can you let it relax? Come into the bottom. Be loose. As you exhale, can you release any tension in the jaw a little bit more? Maybe it's up where it connects in the temples. Maybe it's separating the teeth. And every exhale, can you focus on letting go a little bit? Imagine you are breathing in concentration. We're staying with this present moment and this present moment and this present moment. And then exhaling anything superfluous, anything that's distracting, anything that's unnecessary to think about right now. And take another deep inhale in. Let it out through the mouth. And this time, let's let go of any worries, even just for now, just for the next 10 minutes. We can assign time to worry later. And then see if this idea of allowing the worries to be designated to a different time, if that brings in any relaxation. Can you deepen the relaxation? Can you focus on your hips, your seat? Can you sink deeper into whatever's beneath you? Becoming very interested in your breath. We don't have to control it, change it, do anything with it, but really thinking about every exhale and letting this gentle wave of relaxation sweep over you. And maybe you turned it into a mantra. Every exhale, I am relaxed. Or simply the word relax. Or perhaps ease is more easy to understand, or maybe your body likes that better. Can you make it easy? Ease. Let the breath be super natural. Let yourself be really calm and peaceful, even if you feel like that's not really your natural state, or that's not what your body naturally wants to do. Sometimes your body wants to naturally be tight and alert and on edge, but you deserve the feeling of serenity So we'll come back to the breath, focusing on the breath, letting everything else that's, the chatter, the million to-dos, whatever it is, just say, I'm going to worry about you later. And if the mind gets busy, which it might, the mind loves to think it's what it does best. It wants to keep you safe. You can simply watch the thoughts come in and out like they're clouds. You don't have to attach to them. You can simply acknowledge them, let them go. And if you do find yourself following a thought or ruminating or thinking about it, it is not failure. That is fine. That is part of the process. Noticing that you have followed a thought is the mindfulness. Noticing that you have gotten sucked into something that is not this moment and this moment and this moment is an opportunity to say, I'm daydreaming, or I'm worrying, or I'm thinking. I'm going to come back to the breath. And you can even thank those worries or those thoughts to say, you have given me an opportunity to practice refocusing. I am practicing refocusing on the one thing I'm doing right now, which is breathing, inhaling, and exhaling ease. And then you can notice that perhaps the thoughts become a bit lighter. Maybe you're feeling a little more abundant. Maybe you can channel some of that gratitude, some thankfulness for this moment, for this breath, for the time and space to sit and to do some meditation, some breath work, to be connected to your body, and to be connected to your spirit. That is a gift. That is abundance that you create by carving out the time. So maybe we do a little thought exercise, a little visualization. So picture yourself on your most energized day, on the day where you feel the most zeal for life, where you feel very determined, where you know exactly where you're going, what you want to do, even if this isn't true right now of your present self. Visualize and picture the version of yourself that is just super energized, super focused, super ready for the next thing, and imagine it vividly. Maybe what are you wearing? Where are you going? What kinds of thoughts are going through your head? Do you have a smile on your face? Are you looking more serious? And as you see yourself full of this energy, this optimism, this focus, it's like you're watching a movie of yourself as it unfolds. So see the colors brightly, watch yourself full of ambition, taking the next right step. Because when we try to do everything, we end up doing nothing. But when we feel really focused and driven, we can accomplish one thing easily. We cannot accomplish 100 things. We can only do one thing at a time. So stay with the breath. Right now, we're going to breathe. Allow the intention to remain positive. Again, we don't have to believe it in our heart of hearts. We can work on these things. So even if you don't feel super positive in this moment, we can imagine what a version of ourselves, a positive version of ourselves, a joyful version of ourselves would be like, because we can pull information from our memories. There was a time that you were very positive and very joyful, and we can channel that and feel it in your heart and breathe into the heart space. That joy, that positivity. And then as we concentrate on joy, as we concentrate on momentum and creating focus, we consciously or unconsciously shift away any anxieties or anxious thoughts. And instead, we feel a real settling and a real peace. when there's too much going on, it's hard to know what the next right thing to do. But when we feel like we have one mission, we can take a load off. We already know where we're going. We can take another big breath, inhale, and let it all go through the mouth. And as we watch those worrisome thoughts diminish little by little, as you see them go, you're freed from their grip. And if they rise again, or if there's so many things competing for your attention, we can come back to the breath, come back to this version of ourself that is focused, that is joyful, that knows exactly who we want to be and where we want to go. And we can take the next right step to be a little bit more like that version of ourselves. So allow yourself a few breaths to simply be. Notice the change in this moment compared to perhaps when you first sat down. Return your focus to the breath. Exhale, I am relaxed. Or exhale, ease. And then when you're ready, there is no rush. Take as much time as you need. You might cover the eyes with the palms. And then gently blink them open, let the light come in very slowly, easy. Maybe give yourself a little temple massage, come back to that jaw, see if the jaw is feeling a little lighter, a little more relaxed. And when you're ready, coming back into the space, giving yourself some gratitude for showing up, and then going on with your day. Thanks for practicing with me today.